Welcome, dear friends, to English Redo channel. I am so glad you are here today. In this episode, we will walk together through a day in my life as a housewife. From the quiet early hours of the morning until the soft silence of the night, you will hear how I spend my time, how I manage the home, how I care for my family, and also how I take small moments for myself. So, dear listener, sit back, relax, and let me take you into my world, step by step, hour by hour, from sunrise to sunset. Morning routine. The day begins early for me. Even before the sun rises, I open my eyes slowly and listen. The house is quiet. The children are still asleep, and the air feels fresh. I like to take a deep breath, stretch my arms, and say a small prayer of gratitude. Starting the day with thankfulness gives me strength. I rise from bed, fold the blanket neatly, and open the curtains. The soft light of dawn enters the room, painting everything with a golden shade. For a moment, I stand near the window and enjoy the silence. It is my favorite time of day because it feels peaceful, almost like the world is whispering secrets only to those who wake up early. Making tea and preparing breakfast. After washing my face and tying my hair back, I go to the kitchen. The kitchen, for me, is the heart of the home. I switch on the light, and the room suddenly feels alive. The first task of the day is simple: boiling water for tea. The gentle sound of water heating, the smell of fresh leaves or coffee brewing, it is like music for the morning. I carefully prepare breakfast. Sometimes it is bread with butter and jam, sometimes porridge, and other times eggs with vegetables. I enjoy arranging the table, putting out plates, cups, and a small flower vase if I have one. It may seem like a little thing, but a beautiful breakfast table makes the family feel cared for. Waking the children. Once breakfast is almost ready, I go to the children's rooms. Gently, I call their names. Good morning, it's time to wake up. At first, they hide under the blankets, pretending to sleep. I smile and sit on the edge of the bed, softly patting their backs. Slowly, they open their eyes, rubbing them with small hands, and then they smile at me. This moment fills my heart with joy. I help them get dressed for school. Sometimes they argue about what to wear, sometimes they move slowly, and sometimes they ask endless questions. It is not always easy, but I remind myself that these years pass quickly, and one day I will miss these small morning struggles. Morning chores. After they are ready, I guide them to the table. We eat together, share a few laughs, and talk about the day ahead. When they finish, they grab their school bags, and I walk them to the door. Waving goodbye, I feel both relief and love. Relief because the rush is over, and love because I know they are growing each day, step by step. Once the house is quiet again, I begin my chores. I wash the breakfast dishes, wipe the counters, and sweep the floor. The sound of water running, the clinking of plates, and the fresh smell of soap make me feel satisfied. A clean home is like a clear mind. It helps me breathe better. Laundry time. Next, I gather the laundry. There are always clothes to wash. Uniforms, socks, towels, and bed sheets. I sort them by color, load the machine, and listen to the gentle hum as it begins to spin. Sometimes I hand wash delicate items, enjoying the simple rhythm of moving my hands in water. While the laundry runs, I take a few moments to fold dry clothes, stacking them neatly. Folding clothes is like meditation for me. Each shirt, each dress, each towel tells a story of my family's life. By caring for them, I feel I am wrapping my love into each piece. Time for myself. After chores, I prepare another cup of tea. This time, I sit quietly near the window or in the garden if the weather is nice. I sip slowly, watching the world outside. Birds fly across the sky, neighbors start their own routines, and the street becomes alive with footsteps and voices. This short break is precious. Sometimes I read a few pages of a book, sometimes I write in a diary, and sometimes I just close my eyes to rest. It may only be 15 minutes, but it refreshes my body and mind. Planning the day. Before moving to the next part of the morning, I plan my tasks. I write a small list: what meals to cook today, which groceries to buy, any family visits or special chores, helping kids with homework in the afternoon. Making a list helps me stay organized. Without it, the day can feel overwhelming, but with it, I feel in control. So, dear friends, this was the beginning of my day. From the quiet dawn to the busy hours of preparing breakfast, sending kids off, and doing morning chores. But this is only the first part of the journey. The day of a housewife is long, full of duties, but also filled with moments of love and joy. In the next part, I will share what happens in the afternoon: shopping for groceries, visiting my grandmother, cooking lunch, and finding time to play with my children. Stay with me, because the story of the day is only just beginning. Grocery shopping. By late morning, I usually prepare for shopping. I take my list, a reusable bag, and sometimes a small basket. Before leaving the house, I check the cupboards and refrigerator once more. Do we have enough vegetables? Is there milk for the evening tea? Do we need rice, lentils, or oil? These questions guide me as I prepare. Stepping outside feels refreshing. The sunlight is brighter, the air carries the sound of neighbors chatting, and I greet people along the way. At the market, the colors are vibrant. Green cucumbers, red tomatoes, golden bananas, and fresh herbs all shine in baskets. I love this moment, because shopping is not only about buying food, it is also about connecting with life around me. I speak with the shopkeeper politely, asking about the freshness of the vegetables. Sometimes I bargain a little, sometimes I buy extra fruits if they look good. The market has its own rhythm: the sound of sellers calling out, the rustle of bags, the laughter of people meeting friends. When I return home, I place everything neatly in the kitchen. I wash the vegetables, wrap them, and store them carefully. I feel proud when I see a full kitchen because it means my family will eat well. Visiting grandma. After shopping, there is often time to visit my grandmother. She lives not too far away, and I enjoy sitting with her. When I arrive, she welcomes me with a warm smile and kind eyes. Her home always smells of something simple and comforting, like freshly cooked rice or sweet tea. We sit together, and she tells me stories. Some stories are about her childhood, others about her struggles, and many about her love for the family. Listening to her gives me strength. She reminds me that life is not just about duties, but also about patience and kindness. Sometimes I help her with small tasks: folding clothes, arranging shelves, or watering her plants. She appreciates these little things, but truly, the real gift is time. Spending even half an hour with her feels like a blessing. Before leaving, she always holds my hand and says a small prayer for me. I carry her words in my heart all day long.
Cooking lunch. Returning home, it is time to prepare lunch. I wash my hands, tie my apron, and begin. Cooking is not just work for me, it is an art, a way to express love. The kitchen becomes alive again with the sound of chopping, the sizzle of spices in hot oil, and the aroma spreading through the house. Sometimes I cook lentils with rice, sometimes chicken curry with vegetables, and sometimes simple fried fish with bread. I prepare a fresh salad, cut fruits for dessert, and make sure there is enough for everyone. While cooking, I often hum a small tune, and the rhythm of stirring the pot becomes almost like music. When the meal is ready, I set the table carefully. Plates, glasses, spoons, everything in its place. If the children are home by now, they run to the table with laughter and chatter. If my husband is home, he joins us too. Eating together feels like the center of the day, a pause where we share not just food, but also our thoughts and feelings.
Helping the kids after school. After lunch, the house becomes busy again. The children return from school, their bags heavy with books, their faces full of stories. They rush to tell me about their day, the teacher's lesson, a funny moment with friends, or a small fight on the playground. I listen patiently, nodding and asking questions. Then I guide them to change clothes and wash up. After a short rest, it is time for homework. This part of the afternoon is not always easy. Sometimes they are tired, sometimes they are distracted, and sometimes they simply do not want to do it. But I sit with them, explaining slowly, helping with reading, guiding through sums, and encouraging them when they struggle. I remind myself that learning takes time, and patience is the key. When they finally finish, I praise them. Their smile, their sense of achievement makes the effort worth it. Small afternoon break. Once homework is done, I allow the children to play while I take a short break myself. Sometimes I lie down for a few minutes, closing my eyes and letting my body rest. Other times I enjoy another cup of tea, perhaps with a small snack. These moments of rest are important. They give me energy to continue the evening, which is often the busiest part of the day. Playing games with the children. As the afternoon fades and the sun begins to set, the children finish their homework and want to play. Sometimes we go outside to the courtyard or garden. Sometimes we play indoors. If we go outside, they run freely, chasing one another, their laughter echoing in the air. I watch them with joy, sometimes joining in their games. We might play catch, hide and seek, or simply ride bicycles around the lane. The fresh air, the sound of birds returning to their nests, and the golden light of sunset create a perfect background. On other days, we stay inside. We sit together with board games, cards, or puzzles. I love these moments because they allow us to share fun and build memories. When the children laugh at their own tricks, or when they proudly complete a puzzle, I feel happiness that no treasure can buy. Games are not just play. They are lessons in patience, sharing, and teamwork. And for me, they are a way to step into my children's world. Evening tea and snacks. After games, I prepare evening tea. This is a tradition in many homes, a light snack with tea or milk. I boil water
add leaves, and let the fragrance fill the kitchen. Sometimes I fry small snacks, sometimes I cut fruits, and sometimes I keep it simple with biscuits. The children love this time because it feels like a reward after their homework and play. We sit together, sipping tea or milk, munching on snacks, and talking. My husband often returns home around this time, tired from work. I welcome him warmly, offering tea and asking about his day. His stories mix with the children's chatter, and the house feels full of life again.
Evening chores. Once everyone is refreshed, I return to chores. I clear the teacups, wash them, and prepare for dinner. I also check the laundry from the morning, folding the dry clothes and putting them away. Sometimes I iron school uniforms for the next day. Sometimes I clean the living room, dusting the tables and arranging cushions. Evening chores may seem repetitive, but they are like threads that keep the home in order. Without them, the next day begins in chaos. With them, the house feels peaceful. Preparing dinner. Dinner is one of the most important meals of the day. It is when the whole family gathers, free from school and work, ready to enjoy each other's company. I begin cooking as the sky outside darkens and the first stars appear. The menu changes daily. Sometimes it is rice with curry, sometimes grilled chicken with bread, sometimes a mix of vegetables with soup. I chop onions, tomatoes, and spices carefully, enjoying the rhythm of the knife. I stir pots, taste sauces, and adjust flavors with care. Cooking at this hour feels different from the morning. In the morning, it is about starting the day strong. In the evening, it is about comfort, relaxation, and love. I imagine the smiles on my family's faces as I prepare each dish. The children sometimes come into the kitchen, curious about what is cooking. They ask, "Is dinner ready?" Or, "Can I help?" I give them small tasks, stirring a pot, washing vegetables, or setting the table. This makes them feel proud and involved. Dinner is finally ready. I set the table and everyone gathers around. The plates clink, the aroma spreads, and we begin eating. We share stories of the day, laugh at small jokes, and sometimes discuss serious matters too. This is my favorite part of the evening. The family is together, no rush, no outside distractions. The children talk freely, my husband relaxes, and I enjoy watching them all eat with satisfaction. Sometimes we end dinner with a sweet treat: fruit, custard, or a small piece of cake. Simple pleasures, but they bring big smiles. Watching TV or relaxing. After dinner, we move to the living room. This is our time to relax. Sometimes we watch television together, a drama, a comedy show, or even the news. The children may watch cartoons, laughing loudly at their favorite characters. Other times we turn off the TV and simply talk. We may sit with photo albums, remembering old times, or share future plans. Occasionally, we play another short game or listen to music. For me, this time is about bonding. The house no longer feels busy with chores. Instead, it feels calm and united. I sit with my cup of warm tea or milk, leaning back, grateful for the blessings of family. Preparing for bed. As the night deepens, it is time to prepare for bed. I guide the children to brush their teeth, wash their faces, and change into pajamas. Sometimes they ask for a bedtime story, and I happily agree. I sit beside them, telling tales of adventure, kindness, or wisdom. Their eyes grow heavy, Their breathing slows, and soon they are asleep. I cover them with blankets, kiss their foreheads, and whisper, "Good night, sweet dreams." For me, these moments are treasures. Childhood is short, and each night feels like a memory being written. Quiet reflection. Once the children are asleep, the house grows quiet. My husband may still be reading or preparing for the next day, but for me, this is the time of reflection. I sit near the window, sometimes with a notebook, sometimes just with my thoughts. I think about what went well, what I can improve, and what I am grateful for. Gratitude fills my heart for health, for family, for home, and even for the strength to manage another day. Sometimes I pray, asking for guidance, patience, and blessings for my loved ones. Sometimes I simply breathe deeply, letting go of the tiredness. Ending the day. At last, I prepare for my own sleep. I tidy the kitchen one last time, turning off the lights, making sure the doors are locked. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and slip into bed. Lying down, I feel the weight of the day leave my body. My mind recalls the small joys, my children's laughter, my grandmother's smile, the fresh vegetables at the market, the warmth of family dinner. Slowly, I close my eyes. The world outside is quiet. The stars shine above, and I drift into rest, ready to wake again and begin a new day. Dear friends, this has been my day, morning, afternoon, and evening. A simple routine, yet filled with love, care, and meaning. Life as a housewife may not always be easy, but it is rich with purpose. Each task, no matter how small, adds beauty to the family's life. Thank you for walking with me through these hours. I hope my story has touched your heart and reminded you of the value of simple daily routines. Until next time, take care, stay kind, and cherish every moment.